Today is Tuesday, which means that it's time for another live Q&A all about eBay and Amazon dropshipping. What's up, guys? My name is Paul from DropshippingTitans.com, here to answer all your questions. And if you're here live, make sure to drop your question inside the live chat. I'll answer it live for you right now. If you're watching this on a replay, make sure to leave your question in the comments section of any of my videos, and I'll answer them next week during my next live Q&A, which I do every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure to subscribe so that you guys don't miss out on that. I'm just going to check the audio levels right here. Everything looks good. I already see we have a bunch of people in here. We have Andrew, Zahir, Nikki. Ed C is the first one with a comment this week. Said, I just got an alert on the live Q&A and I jumped on it. It was a nice teaser / countdown. So yeah, if you guys want to get those alerts, make sure to subscribe to the channel and also hit the little notification, and make sure you have YouTube on your phone, and then you'll get an alert on your phone to let you know about the any live broadcasts I do. You'll get a notification about it. But I had a great question I wanted to jump on right now. This is from John in North Carolina. John asked me what the difference is between eBay and Shopify dropshipping, and what's the difference between eBay and Amazon dropshipping. So I'm going to try to answer that as best as I can for you guys right now. The biggest difference between Shopify and eBay is that you own your Shopify store. If you choose to go that route, you're actually going to buy your own domain. So it'll be www.mystore.com. That's going to take you directly to your store. You can list and sell whatever you want in there. You own it. You set the rules. And with eBay, on the other hand, it's their platform. They own it. They set the rules as to how everything has to be handled on their platform. So they also have all the branding with them, locked in on eBay. Whereas with a Shopify store, you can set up your own branding. This means you can build up a customer base much faster than you can on eBay. On eBay, when someone comes to shop for something, they usually don't go to your storefront. They usually just search for an item. Let's say it's a brown chair. They're going to search for a brown chair on eBay. Your listing is going to come up, but so are 100 other listings. When you go to Shopify, on the other hand, if someone makes it to your store, and they like your store and they search for a brown chair on your store, all they're going to find are your brown chairs, no one else's. So that's one of the differences. Along those same lines, eBay sets the rules. They can choose how you're supposed to sell on their platform and can suspend you if you don't follow those rules. Shopify, you set your own rules. Now, you do have to use a payment processor with Shopify. That's basically the company that runs the credit cards for you during your checkout process. If you screw up things with them, you could be banned from using that payment processor, but it's not quite the same like it is on eBay, where eBay has more rules than you would with your own store. What other differences I had here? Because you own the store and people in your store on Shopify are only going to see your products, then your margins are going to be higher on Shopify than they are on eBay. Another big difference between the two platforms is what you sell. So on eBay, there's several different ways that you can drop ship. The way I teach is called retail drop shipping. That's when you find items on other websites like Walmart.com and sell them on eBay.com. It's kind of like a retail arbitrage. With Shopify, usually what you're going to do is find manufacturers in China or even manufacturers in the United States to drop ship from them. You don't usually drop ship on Shopify from other retailers traditionally, although some people do it. There are different fees between the two platforms. So with eBay, we have between 9.15 and 10% eBay fees. PayPal fees are going to be 2.9% plus another 30 cents for each transaction. Plus there are insertion fees and monthly subscription fees. With Shopify, I think there's a $29 a month fee, and then Stripe, which is the company that you have to use as a payment processor, charges 2.9% plus 30 cents for each transaction. So the fees are much lower on Shopify than it is on eBay. However, to get customers to your Shopify store can be very difficult. The benefit of eBay is that eBay is going to drive the traffic to your listings for you. People come to eBay ready to buy. With Shopify, you have to bring the traffic yourself. That means doing Google SEO. That means doing Google paid ads or Facebook ads or Instagram ads. This can be very difficult. Some people can't handle it at all. I know for myself, I tried to do this in the past, and I wasn't very good at this traffic generating or getting people into my store, which is why my Shopify store never went anywhere with it. With eBay, all that traffic is done for you. It's free. What else do I have here? So even though the margins may be higher on Shopify than they are on eBay, those costs of advertising are really going to eat into your margins on Shopify. I'll also say that the cost to get started on eBay is much lower, both in terms of how much money you have to put in and the time you have to put in. It costs almost nothing to get started on eBay, and I'll link up at the end of this video to a video I made before all about how much it costs to start dropshipping onto eBay. With Shopify, you do have to buy a domain, you have to pay for a Shopify store, and you have to invest a lot of time into setting up your store. So really, I like eBay better because it's quick and cheap to get started. You get free or cheap traffic, and you don't need to pick a niche. This is something else I didn't really describe about it, but with Shopify, usually what you're going to do is pick a niche and only sell products in that niche. If you mess up the niche, then you're not really going to get any sales. On eBay, on the other hand, you can list anything and everything. You don't have to pick a niche. So it's much more lenient in that way. And finally, the course that I took on Shopify at the time cost $1,000. I think it's up to $1,200 now. Whereas you can get, like, for instance, my eBay dropshipping course for a fraction of that price just to get started on that. So shameless plug there. But if you do want to check out my course, it is the first link in the description of this video. But let's see who else is in here. Rex is here. Welcome, Rex. Great to have you. I met Rex last week in Austin. The Thrifty Flamingos are here. Also met them last week in Austin. You should check out their YouTube channel if you're interested in Poshmark. Okay, let's see who else we have here. Sherry is here. Robert is here. He's been watching all my videos. Okay. Mike's in the house, says he just got tax exempt from Walmart, Home Depot, and Amazon. Congratulations, Mike. That's awesome. Kimberly is here, said she saw me on the Thrifty Flamingo YouTube channel where I did an interview over there. Let's see. See if anyone actually has any questions here. Okay. Mike's here from upstate New York. That's where I went to college, Mike. Okay. Andrea has a question. Hi, Paul. Will I be able to dropship without having a software like Dsm Tool? So Andrea, you could do it that way, but you have to make sure to then monitor your stock manually. So when you list an item with Dsm Tool, you're going to list it from like Walmart.com over to eBay.com. And once you do that, it connects the two items. So if the price increases on Walmart, it's also going to increase the price on eBay.com. So it's very fast, it's very seamless. I don't really understand why you wouldn't do it, especially because the first 50 listings on eBay with Dsm Tool are going to be free. So you might as well use it. And just the time involved in constantly monitoring your stock, going in and changing prices as prices increase on Walmart, it's much easier to use something like Dsm Tool to do that. Robert's asking how so many dropshippers can charge the same or less than how much the items cost on Walmart or Amazon. So Robert, there's a couple of explanations for this. If it's the same price or less, then chances are they are not dropshippers. These are people who have a direct relationship with the manufacturer and are actually getting the items either in stock themselves and then shipping them out, or they have a dropshipping arrangement directly with the manufacturer, which is going to cut out at least one middleman, if not a couple of them, which are why their margins or why their prices can be lower. Okay. I just saw a great question from Engelbert Humperdinck. Great name, Engelbert. Says, I love your channel. I started drop shipping recently from Walmart to eBay. I'm now doing $3,500 a week in sales. Awesome job. But Walmart keeps canceling my orders. What's the best way to deal with this? So, Engelbert, what I suggest that you try, if you haven't tried it already, is to place orders using PayPal. You can check out on Walmart using PayPal, or place your orders using gift cards. I found that especially if I use gift cards, they are not going to cancel my orders. And that's experience I've had. And I found that the more I buy from them over time, the less they cancel my orders. In fact, they don't cancel it at all anymore, no matter how I pay for it. And that's been the experience of other drop shippers that I know as well. So if you keep at it, it should stop happening. You could always call Walmart and tell them, hey, some reason it canceled my order. They'll usually lift the restriction, so to speak, and you should be able to reorder the items in a half hour. I know that's not really sustainable to do a lot of that. So try the gift cards and try PayPal. And Duncan agrees that getting traffic to a Shopify store is really difficult and that doing it through eBay is much easier. Thrifty Flamingos are going to be taking the Dropshipping Titans course. They can't wait to go through your course over the next week or so. And I'm going to be taking a look at their course all about Poshmark. So if you have any interest in Poshmark, check out their channel. They have a lot of great content over there. Poshmark is something really interesting. You can't dropship on it, unfortunately, but it's pretty cool. And Vince is here. Vince is a new Titan. Welcome, Vince. Okay. I had another question this week from Anjali. Anjali says, I love your videos. Have you considered upgrading to the enterprise store eBay is now offering? It's something that he is considering. Have you thought about that store? So the enterprise store, if I'm not mistaken, it definitely is their highest store. I'm just trying to remember the price. I'm just pulling it up right now. I thought it was like $3,000. Yes, $3,000 a month, and you're locked in for a year at that, and you get 100,000 free listings. So this is for high volume sellers, like bulk listers, people who do bulk drop shipping rather. So if that's your style, then that will be really great for you. I don't do bulk listing. I'm very picky with my listings and make sure I only list items after product research. And then I trim a lot of items out of my store that aren't selling well. So the enterprise store is not one that I'm interested in. But if you do bulk, that is a great store. Or if you're one of the people that don't delete any items from your store ever, then you might want to consider the enterprise store at some point. Okay. Let's see. So I had another question from Carl. Carl this week asked me, how do I track my sales? As in what items need to be ordered and what orders have already been processed? I keep a spreadsheet, but I'm quickly finding it to be cumbersome. Carl. So Carl, if you're using Dsm Tool, which I know I plug a lot, but I really just like them a lot, Dsm Tool will actually keep track of all that for you. So what happens is when you get an order, it's going to let you know you have an order that you haven't fulfilled yet, that you haven't bought from, let's say, Walmart.com. It will actually tell you where. All you have to do is click a link, and it's going to take you right to that item. Then once you order it, you click another link in Dsm Tool to mark it as ordered. Then obviously when you get the tracking number, you can upload that into eBay. So that's the best way to keep track of it, is with a software like Dsm Tool. Doing it by hand is really going to become cumbersome over a while, just like you said. So check out the link in the description of my video. It's the one that says my favorite repricer and lister, pauljlipsky.com/DSM. That's my affiliate link to Dsm Tool. I do get a small commission if you join through that link. But if you do use that link, you do get the 50 free listings just for signing up with them. Okay. Okay, Glenn says, I just hired a VA as a lister. He is currently working as a lister for another dropshipper. How do I avoid him listing the same item for me and the other dropshipper using the same optimized title? I would first ask this VA what sources the other dropshipper is using. If they're using the same source as you are, or the same sources, I would get another VA. This is not something that I personally would feel comfortable with. And I would say that the other, you could just find another VA who is not working for anyone right now. Maybe give them some other tasks too, so that you use up their time and that they don't try to list for someone else as well. Okay, I was just making sure there. Let's see. Okay, Christine says, can you have two different eBay accounts under the same business name but different email addresses? Yes, you can. So these will both be linked up to the same PayPal account, because you can only have one business PayPal account and one personal one business PayPal account and one personal PayPal account. So you want to link all your eBay accounts to your business PayPal account, but you can have different emails for your eBay stores, but they'll all go to the same PayPal account. So eBay will know that they're all associated with each other, but you can use different emails. Yes, you can. Okay, Ed says that he has an account from 1999 and that it's an individual account. Should he use this one? Yes, Ed, you can use that one. You can actually upgrade that one to a selling account. And because it's from 1999, there's a really high listing limit. Sometimes these get grandfathered in, because back in the day, if I'm not mistaken, eBay used to never put a cap on the number of items you could list. And then as time went on, they started adding caps. But a lot of stores got grandfathered in, or accounts got grandfathered in. It's possible you might have an unusually high listing limit, which is really going to help you accelerate your growth on eBay much faster than other people can, because they do have listing limits on their accounts. And I had another question about cashback credit cards. Mike wants to know if there's one or a few that I recommend for fulfilling dropshipping orders. Yes, absolutely. There are no affiliate links for this, unfortunately, but these are two that I love. First one is the Capital One Spark 2% back card. I think you get $500 when you sign up for that one, and you get 2% back on every single order. There's also I also have a Wells Fargo card if you're trying to build up your credit. This is a Wells Fargo business secured credit card, and that gives me 1.5% back on all my orders. There are some other cards out there that are not as straightforward. I think there's a Bank of America one that is actually less than 2%, but the way you can redeem points actually makes them worth much more. But I don't exactly know how to do that, and I prefer just a straight cash back. I think with the Bank of America card, you're actually redeeming it for gift cards that you can then use to fulfill orders. But again, I just try to keep it simple, straight cash back with the Capital One 2% card and the Wells Fargo business secured credit card at 1.5%. Okay. Another question from this week from NEWD 1997, I guess that's Nude 1997, says, how do I handle returns? Well, returns for dropshipping are very simple. All you do, once the customer opens up a return case or messages you to let you know that they want to return the item, you just contact the supplier. Maybe this is Walmart. Contact them and say, hey, I want to return this item. Maybe it arrived damaged. So then they will send you a return label. You then download that return label to your desktop on your computer, then upload it to the messaging on eBay and send it to your customer. The customer then sends the item directly to Walmart, and they get the item. Walmart refunds you, and then you refund the customer. It's almost a complete wash, although you'll never get your 30 cents back from PayPal. PayPal always charges 30 cents for every transaction, and they never refund that. So that's the only thing you're missing out. Otherwise, it's a complete wash. Okay. Let's see. Okay. And Rachid, I kind of answered this before, but yes, you can link more than one PayPal. Oh, wait. No, sorry. You can link more than one eBay account to one PayPal account. I don't know of a way to link more than one PayPal account to one eBay account. I don't think that works. James is listening in from work. Way to go, James. Okay. My VA is my wife, LOL, says Vince. I understand that one. I was putting my husband to work for a while too. Okay. So another question from John Hicks. John says, in Dsm Tool, the default item location, do I put multiple locations or your locations? Just need to know. So this is unfortunately a kind of gray area lately with eBay. And I still am not getting clarity on this. So in the past, eBay let you put something down as your item location, multiple locations, or somewhere in the United States of America, meaning that you have multiple warehouses throughout the United States. They then started to take down listings that said that, saying that we need a precise item location. And if you actually go into their policies, it does state that you need to be very clear and very precise where your items are coming from. So they want an exact location. Then recently they made a summer 2008 seller update, and in that they alluded to the fact that if you are shipping from multiple locations, you're allowed to put down multiple locations. So what they want is entirely unclear at this point. So I'm just putting down one zip code for now, because that at least seems to be the safest in terms of not getting your items removed. But I would like to put multiple locations because that is more accurate. But we'll have to see. I mean, I guess we'll have to see what happens when these summer 2018 updates actually roll out and whether they'll actually stick to what they said and allow us to write down multiple locations. Okay. So Engelbert says, how many times have retailers refused to do returns for you? Thanks in advance, Paul. Keep up the good work. So Engelbert, that's never happened to me. There's been, well, I think there was one time that Walmart said the item was too big and they actually had to have like a special company come and pick up the item, but that was still returned. Luckily, that customer didn't really give like a hard time about it, and the item was picked up and everyone was refunded and everyone was happy. So that was really the closest I came to some sort of like strange situation with the return. Otherwise, the retailers that I dropship from have free returns, so that isn't a problem. Okay. Sea Monkey says, I was at the Department of Revenue yesterday. The agent said I need to collect sales tax in every state. I spoke with the supervisor and she said to collect only in the state I do business in. Please clarify. So I am not a CPA and I'm not a tax attorney. So I don't know what your particular situation is, so I can't answer exactly for you. I know for myself what I'm doing, and this is just general information about what I'm doing, is I'm registered to do business here in New York. This is the only state I'm registered to do business in, the only state I have any connection with, and the only state I reside in or have any sort of company in. So the only state that I collect sales tax in, therefore, is New York. So I hope that might clarify the situation for you. And the Thrifty Flamingos gave a great suggestion. They say, hit that thumbs up if you're enjoying the video. Thanks, guys, for that awesome suggestion. And let's see, I had a question from the Eye of God. The Eye of God asked a question about Amazon dropshipping, because I just recently made a video about Amazon dropshipping, and in it, I spoke about the income that I've made through it in my first month, and I mentioned that I was using Skew to reprice my items on Amazon. So the Eye of God asks, can you use Dsm Tool instead of Skew to upload products to Amazon? And no, you can't. Right now, Dsm Tool cannot be used to dropship onto eBay in any capacity. Skew, the only way it works is by repricing items that you already have listed on eBay. So it doesn't actually do the listing for you. So hope that makes sense. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say about it. And RB asked a similar question about Skew said, I'm trying to figure out how it works. I have everything set up now, including the keys. And the keys are basically what you need to link your Skew account with either eBay or with Amazon, depending on which one you're selling on. And wants to know, so it doesn't actually list the items on Amazon, but it just keeps track of the prices? Yes, that's what I just explained. And she doesn't really understand how to put in all the pricing information either. So maybe I'll make a video in the future about how to set up Skew for an Amazon dropshipping account, because it is a little bit confusing. It's not the most user-friendly. So that's a great suggestion for a future video. Thank you for that. So Akraf says, is tax exempt possible for international sellers? Yes, it is. You'll have to form a business here in the United States, and that would be the first step in doing it. And Rich says, hey, Paul, I'm here now. Welcome, Rich. We were looking for you, man. Okay. Okay. So Rich says 9 days and has done over $2,000 in sales. Congrats, Rich. That's awesome. So we have Kendra. Kendra asked a question this week. In terms of my Amazon dropshipping, am I doing fulfilled by merchant or fulfilled by Amazon? So FBM versus FBA. So the difference is pretty clear from the name. Fulfilled by Amazon is when I get a whole bunch of items, like maybe those books back there, and I send them all into Amazon. And then Amazon takes them and holds onto them in their warehouse until it sells. Once it sells, Amazon will take the items and ship them to the customer themselves, handle all the customer service, all the returns, get the items out in 2-day free, Prime shipping. All that done for you with FBA, fulfilled by Amazon. Fulfilled by merchant is what I'm doing. That's when I ship out the items myself. Only it's not me shipping out the items. In this case, it's like Walmart.com who's shipping the item. But we do fulfilled by merchant because there's no fulfilled by Walmart on Amazon, obviously. So yeah, that's the difference between FBA and FBM. Traditionally, FBM, the way it works is obviously I would have a whole bunch of inventory in my house, maybe like those books, list them up. When they sell, then I would ship the books directly to the customers. And Timothy wants to know what's better right now, drop shipping to Amazon or to eBay. And hands down, I think for a new beginner, it's the best way to start is on eBay. It's much easier. I'll be making a video later this week. So if you guys want to get that video, make sure to subscribe to the channel by clicking below. I'm gonna have a whole video comparing eBay with Amazon dropshipping. You guys want to make sure that you don't miss that because I'm going to be answering this exact question. But in a nutshell, I really believe that the best place to start is eBay dropshipping. And you should do that for a while before you even think about Amazon dropshipping because it is actually much more difficult. So get started on eBay, get your feet wet with that. And then if you want to move on to Amazon later, that's an option. Although some people just stick with eBay because it works really well on eBay's just alone. Okay. So Rachid says he got banned. I'm not sure if he got banned on eBay or banned on PayPal. There are ways around this, although eBay will look at IP addresses, allegedly, so it is a little difficult. to start a new account up, because any IP address will probably be linked to your old account. So you want to make sure you keep everything separate. This is not something I've ever done. This is just things I've heard about, stealth accounts. Basically, you need like a new router at home, and a new computer, a new email address, a new bank, a new business, like all that stuff to start an entirely separate entity. But really the question you should be asking yourself is, why did you get banned? Because if you got banned once and you're not sure why, there's a good chance it's going to happen again. So I wouldn't go through all that effort unless you understand why, so you can prevent it from happening again. A lot of times you get banned and you can get your accounts reinstated, but you got to go through some process. So try that first. Okay. So Andrew asks a great question. When you are dropshipping from Walmart, you can either buy directly from Walmart, or there are other third-party merchants that sell on Walmart. Believe it or not, some of these are dropshippers. Some of them are people who have, or stores, businesses that have their own inventory, and they just sell on the Walmart platform, the same way that we sell on Amazon or eBay. So Andrew wants to know, should we limit what we sell or list to only items that are fulfilled by Walmart, or should we sell items that the other retail suppliers are listing too? So that's really up to you. I will say that when you buy something directly from Walmart, it's a much better experience. It gets out quicker, the customer service is better, and the returns are easier, and just the item gets there faster. With these third parties, it's kind of like a gamble, whether they're going to get the item out quickly, in the great condition, and how the customer service is. So that's a risk you want to take. That's up to you. But for myself, I do take that risk because I've identified which ones work and which ones don't. In other words, I try it, and if it doesn't work, then I just delete that listing and don't sell that item unless it's actually sold by Walmart. And DFK, DSF, DF, that's his name, says, will I get audited if we have like $200,000 in revenue or sales with only $20,000 in profit? So it's always possible you can get audited by the IRS. And so what I suggest you do, rather I'll say, this is what my CPA told me to do. This is not my advice. This is just what he told me to do and my experiences, is just I'm keeping very good records, all receipts, really clear everything in my bookkeeping software. So I have records of everything in case an audit does happen. Knocking on wood, because I don't want it to happen. And Capito Tube says, what is a good break-even percentage on Dsm Tool? Around 15% is actually a little bit lower than that, but I think 15% is pretty safe right in there. Let's see I got some other questions. We have Victor here. Welcome, Victor. Says he's late to the party, but it's good to have you. And Steven says, I thought dropshippers are prone to Vero takedowns. So Vero is eBay's verified rights program. These are basically suppliers or manufacturers that don't want people using their photos or their item descriptions without their permission. In other words, those descriptions or photos are copyrighted. So these particular brands don't want us to use those photos or descriptions. There is a list of Vero products. If you use Dsm Tool, that list is built in, so you can actually set it up to prevent you from listing any Vero protected item. So that prevents us from listing them, and we don't get in trouble with Vero. And I've had items taken down for Vero violations, and it was a very simple process. eBay just emailed me, said they're taking these down, and that was it. It has happened to me a couple times, and my account hasn't been banned, knocking on wood again. So it hasn't been an issue for myself or a lot of my students who I've talked to about it. And Justin says, can I ask reps or customer service reps for courtesy discounts when buying on retail websites to get a further edge on pricing/margins? It's worth a shot. This worked really well in the past on some websites. It doesn't really work anymore because it was abused by resellers or dropshippers such as myself and others. So it did work really well in the past. It doesn't work so well anymore, but maybe there are some websites that I haven't tried that it does work well with. Eric says, how do you get started online without any money? Eric, I made a great video showing how easy or how cheap it can be to get started with eBay dropshipping, and I'll link up to that video at the end of this video if you want to check that out. Okay. And I had another question from the week from Shannon. Shannon asked, because I made that video about Amazon dropshipping, wants to know if my Dropshipping Titans course, which is all about eBay dropshipping, does that translate to Amazon? She's loving the course, but wants to try it on Amazon. So some parts of my course are universal for both eBay and Amazon in terms of suppliers and good customer service, but really they're two very different platforms. If you're interested in dropshipping on Amazon and not interested in dropshipping on eBay, then I would not take the eBay Dropshipping Titans course unless you have no money. If you have no money, you really should not get started with Amazon dropshipping. It's really almost impossible because you do have to have, because Amazon only pays you out twice a month, you do have to have enough money saved up to float you until you get paid out twice a month. Though I think that might have actually, well, never mind. I'll talk about in another video about payability, but that's something else. But just in general, they pay you out twice a month on Amazon. So if you have no money, then I suggest, and you really want to drop ship on Amazon, like really bad, then I would suggest you start with eBay dropshipping, build up some money there, and then translate, or rather switch over to Amazon dropshipping. So start on eBay and go to Amazon. But what I teach in the course is different. The platforms are very different. You got to know what you're doing before you jump on Amazon. Okay. So No TV says, what specific shipping service do you set on eBay? So I just do the economy 3 to 5 day. That just leaves open the possibility of doing UPS, FedEx, or USPS, or there's half a dozen kind of off-brand ones as well. That just leaves open the possibility because I don't know what my retailer or source is going to use. Okay. And Robert1546_C says, does your Titans course, my Dropshipping Titans course, have a lesson on how to find products to sell? Yes, absolutely. It's a pretty in-depth video about how to find the right items to list in your store, items that are almost guaranteed to sell well because you already know that they're selling well on eBay. So that is included inside the course. And Victor is asking if my Amazon sales are from FBA or retail arbitrage. Kind of already answered this. This is drop shipping onto Amazon that I'm doing. So it's a form of retail arbitrage, I guess you could say. It's more like drop shipping online arbitrage, if you want that long title. Okay. And Crypto Mrs. says, he's having a hard time competing on Home Depot and Walmart because he's not tax exempt. Is Amazon sustainable as a primary source to start out? I think Amazon is a great source to start out with because the prices, you can get items that are very cheap. You can get the free shipping if you have Prime, and the items ship out very quickly. So it's very easy to keep your customers happy and the items shipping out quickly and have great customer feedback because of that. So I do think it's a great place to start out. I used to say that it's not great in the long run. And for the type of drop shipping that I do, I don't believe that it is because competition is very high. But I do have friends of mine that are doing extremely well drop shipping from Amazon to eBay using a system that's different than mine. It's more like a bulk system listing a whole bunch of items from Amazon to eBay. And we have Justin Bieber, believe it or not, watching my live stream. I'm completely blown away that Justin Bieber is here. But Justin wants to know, what stage of this business do we start to seek out a CPA accountant? And Justin, that's really up to you, wherever you feel comfortable or whenever you start to feel uncomfortable with the amount of money you're making and need someone to answer some questions for you. If you're already working with the CPA, maybe they do your personal filings at the end of the year, or maybe you have a family friend who's a CPA, or a CPA that does your taxes for a family member, I would ask them, maybe just start the conversation with them. Let them know how much money you're doing in sales and ask them, at what point should I start to talk to you about this or get help with this? And they'll be able to let you know. And the Jacked Ginger says, I've been drop shipping on eBay for like a week now. I also do reselling items from thrift stores on my same store. Is that bad? First, I want to say, I think that's awesome that you're looking at multiple streams of income. Last week, I was in Austin, Texas at an event called The Green Room. This is like a community of resellers, primarily people who go to thrift stores and garage sales, find items, and then sell them on eBay and Amazon. Either they send it to Amazon for FBA, or they sell it directly to customers on eBay or Amazon. Some of them do online arbitrage. A really great group of people. I had so much fun there with everyone. So this was actually my first experience going around to garage sales and trying to find items that I would then sell on eBay. To be honest, I wasn't actually looking to do that. I was just looking to learn and watch what other people were doing. Was hoping to find like a little souvenir for myself. We went to a couple of these garage sales, and I'm looking at everything. I say to myself, this is all junk. Like, there's nothing valuable here. And all these people, all these resellers are running around grabbing this, grabbing that. They're like, oh, I just made $50. I just made $30. I was blown away at what they were doing because it looked like all junk to me, but they were finding money right there, buying things for $5 that they would then flip for $50 on eBay. It was pretty incredible. So that was a little tangent, but I just wanted to kind of shout out everyone at the Green Room because I had a lot of fun there, just learning about new business models from all these people. But yeah, you can drop ship and do reselling, like that kind of reselling in the same account. However, I think it's a better idea to do separate accounts for two reasons. One, you're going to have different business policies for both accounts. So with your eBay dropshipping account, you're going to have longer handling times and possibly longer shipping times. You're not going to be able to get your items shipped out the same day. So while you could change your business policies every time you list an item, choose one business policy, your dropshipping business policy, or your reselling business policy, your retail arbitrage business policy, it just makes it a little easier to keep the two stores separate. Plus, if you're trying to get top rated seller, you're not going to be able to do it with a dropshipping account because you have the longer handling times, while you might be able to do it with a retail arbitrage account. So that's something else you might want to keep in mind. Okay. Okay, MS291724S, a great question. Question is, I have a store name. Should that store name be registered as a business in my state? I have registered a business in my state. It has a generic name. I register with the IRS, with my state. I have a checking account in that generic name, but it's not my store name. Should it be the same? My understanding of this, and I'm not 100% confident of this, but this is my understanding of it, is that your store is I'm pretty confident about this. So when you log into your eBay account, your store name is not your business name. It's just like an avatar, the name of your store on eBay. But you can actually go in and change the name on the account. So when you first start out, the name on your account is going to be your own name. And nobody will ever see that name except for eBay. But you can actually go and change it to your business's name, the name that you have registered with the state and with the IRS. That's what I suggest you do. Go into your eBay account and change the name on the account to your business name. That is what I think matters the most. Crypto Mrs. says, one more question. Keep them coming. So you don't have to say one more. Keep them coming. Should I be worried about my Amazon Prime account getting shut down from dropshipping? I heard this happens often. Crypto, I've heard before I started dropshipping that this happens. Ever since I started dropshipping and talking to people, I don't know anyone that has actually happened to. Maybe in the past, eBay used to, Amazon used to do this to people, but I haven't heard of it happening ever since I started dropshipping. So I do dropshipping from Amazon, never had a problem. I'm actually even using their 5% back credit card with no problems. I know people who are selling tons of items from Amazon to eBay without any issue using Prime. So like I said, that's just the experience I have with it. And if you guys are getting value out of this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And I would really appreciate that because it actually helps get this video out to more people. Mike H says, need 100 more likes from you guys. 166 people watching, only 60 likes. Smash, 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 and keep smashing. PayPal back, it does matter. Thanks, Mike. And Kareem, payability works with Amazon. It doesn't work with PayPal as far as I know. And the reason for that is when you get paid through PayPal, it goes into your account. It's with you, right? So it's not like it's held somewhere else for a little while. So you will get that money eventually. And Rex says, I've had a PayPal account for a long time. Will I be subject to PayPal jail? So Rex, I know Rex, and I know that Rex sells on eBay already, or has in the past for a while. So because of that, and because you use your PayPal account, you should not be in PayPal jail anymore. Just because you link a new eBay account to an existing PayPal account does not put you back into PayPal jail. So you should be good, Rex. Okay. So Timothy says, when you are setting up your eBay store, do you have your PayPal account linked in to be paid? And how long does it take to get paid when you make sales? So yes, you need to link a PayPal account to your eBay account in order to get paid. Once you are out of PayPal jail, then it's pretty much instantaneous. Someone pays you on eBay, it goes into your PayPal account, then you can transfer that to your bank account or use your PayPal debit card to spend that money. Let's see, I have Lava Mob asks, hi, I'm using Amazon images on eBay. Is that fine, or should I use my own images? I'm worried about copyrights. Kind of already answered that because most manufacturers, it's okay, but make sure they're not on the Vera list. And Alex says, do I charge people for shipping or do I offer free shipping? And the general rule, I guess it's a rule of thumb, or no, that's not right expression. The general consensus is that it's best to offer free shipping because free shipping is more attractive to customers. It's what they expect now, thanks to Amazon. Amazon always has, or almost always has, free shipping. So it's kind of the expectation now with customers. So you really want to offer it. It really makes customers feel like they're getting a better deal, even if you have to charge more for the item in order to cover the price of shipping. And Robert says, if I open a new store, a new eBay store, will I be limited in how many items I can list in the new store? If this is your first eBay store, then yes, probably you will be limited in the number of items that you can list, just because eBay wants to make sure that you are a legit seller and that you're able to fulfill your orders and get the items out to the customers and delivered. if you already have an existing eBay store, you can start a new one, then call the eBay representatives and say, hey, I just started a new store because I'm starting a new product line. I already have this existing account. It's doing really well and I have a high listing limit. Can you increase the listing limit on my new store? And they will do it for you. So that's kind of a workaround right there. Okay. Okay. And Pink says, can I have sponsored listings if I have a free store on eBay? No, you can't. You have to have a paid subscription on eBay in order to use their marketing tools. So the great question here is, can people buy on eBay using anything but PayPal? And they generally have to use PayPal. You want to make sure you have a PayPal account because you're not going to make any money unless the option is available to buy with PayPal. Okay, great question. I kind of took this for granted. Sorry about this, Eric. Eric asked me, what is PayPal jail and how long does it take to get out of it? So PayPal jail is a probation period. When you start selling with PayPal, they just want to make sure, PayPal and eBay just want to make sure, again, that you are a legit seller. So when you start selling, they're going to hold your money until the item is marked as delivered. Once it's marked as delivered, the money is released to you. And that happens for the first 3 months or so that you first start using PayPal. It can be shorter depending on your sales volume and how well you upload tracking numbers and show that the items are delivered and your customer service. So just provide great customer service and you're good. Either it gets out early or at the very least, it's the 3 months. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to get to all the questions, but if I miss them, it's just because there's too many questions here or too many comments. And Rex says, do I feel that 1% is enough for promoted listings? Rex, that's what I'm doing and I'm having success with it. I just run like a 1% flat across all my listings. And I might try bumping that up to 2%. I had it at 2% in the back for, I had it at 2% a little while ago for a short time period. Didn't really notice big difference between 2% and 1%, but I might give 2% another shot now that I've been running 1% for a while, just as a test. And I'll let you guys know what happens with that. So I'm going to write that down so I remember to do that. But I am having success with 1% at the moment. Okay. Okay. Timothy asked me, I'm looking to get your course in the next few days. Can you start listing right away or do you have to go through the whole course first? There's like 2 or 3 modules that you should probably get through. That's going to help you set up your store and then show you how to find items and list them. But once you do that, you can start listing right away. I've had students message us in the private Facebook group letting me know that they started the course a couple days ago, already got their first sale, and they're only like 40% or 50% of the way through the course. Especially because the modules later on are for more advanced topics, which I include in there because I want to help you guys not only start the store, but also scale it up. So yeah, you can start listing right away. And Frank's having success right away. First 3 days drop shipping and sold 200 pounds worth of items. That's not pounds like weight, you know, British currency, right? So congratulations to Frank. And Akraf says, what is the best state to create an LLC to get tax exempt? Again, this is something you should speak to an attorney about. I just created one in my own home state, but you will have to figure out what's best for your situation. And Pink is asking why I quit Shopify. Did I dropship there as well? I answered this in the beginning of the video, but it just didn't work for me. I didn't make any money. And I explained all about why in the beginning of the video. So go back there if you want the answer, the full answer to that question. So guys, I did want to make an announcement right now, because as you can see underneath this video, where does it say? I can't see it on my end for some reason. I do have like almost 10,000 subscribers, 9,500 something right now. I don't know why I can't see the number. Somewhere around 9,500 subscribers right now. I'm really excited to get to 10,000. And when I get to 10,000, I'm going to do something big. I don't know what it is yet. I'm going to do something fun for you guys and thank you all. One of the things I'm going to do is something special for at least one of my subscribers. So if you want to, okay, Danielle's saying 9.6. Okay, so if you guys want to potentially get whatever this is that I'm going to set up, you have to subscribe. And I don't want to make any promises. I don't know. I don't have all the details worked out, but I am going to be doing something special, at least one thing. So you do have to be subscribed in order to be in the running for whatever kind of contest that is. Thinking what it's going to be. After I hit 10,000 subscribers, at some point, I'm just going to pull out my phone, go live on my phone, and just say, like, thank you everyone for helping me hit 10,000, speak a little bit about whatever. And someone on that live chat, I'm going to give away something to. I'll work that out later. But the only way that you can win that is if you're watching me live. And the only way you can watch me live is if you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification so you get an alert as soon as I go live. You also have to make sure you have YouTube downloaded on your phone and that you're signed into your account and you have notifications turned on so that you do get the alert as soon as I do go live. And I'll do this at a random time of day, a random day of the week, so there's not going to be any notice about it. So that's definitely one thing I'm going to do, and I'll be doing some other stuff as well because 10,000 is huge. I'm super excited for it. So thank you everyone so far who has subscribed and who's been supporting me in the videos, in my courses, and helping me do well on eBay as well. So thank you all for that. Andrew's throwing a party already, has the champagne and the cake out there. It's a birthday cake, it says, but it's kind of like my channel is turning 10,000, so it's pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm sorry if I missed your questions. Just ask it again. I'll try to get to it. I have time for like a couple more questions here. I think I had one more that somebody asked me earlier this week. Beyonder says, okay, Beyonder asked a great question. Because in another video, I said that you should hire VAs that are smarter than you, right? VAs that already have experience dropshipping on eBay and allow them just to do what they do best. Beyonder wants to know, if I hire someone smarter than me, what's to keep them from running their own business? I'm hesitant to hire VAs for this reason. They'll learn my secrets and then just copy exactly what I'm doing. Great question. Here's been my experience. First of all, the VAs that I'm hiring are usually from the Philippines. Some of them are from India, but most of them are from the Philippines. Unfortunately, they don't always have as much access to the same opportunities as a lot of us do in the United States. And it's actually harder for them to start selling on eBay than it is for us in the United States. So for that reason alone, it's going to be much more difficult for them. In addition, the VAs that I'm hiring, they're on platforms like Online Jobs, where I hire my VAs from, or Upwork, because they want to work for someone else. Not everyone wants to be an entrepreneur. These people, they want to have a steady form of income, and I provide that to them. And the third thing is, I was talking to some people this past weekend when I was in Austin, people who do retail arbitrage. Again, those are people that go to thrift stores, find items, and then ship them to the customers after they have it in stock. And these people were saying that they actually hired teams of people to go to thrift stores for them, find items, and then bring it back to their warehouse. Now, these people now know, these employees now know which items are the most profitable. They go out to the thrift stores for these friends that I've made, find the items, and then bring them back to my friends who then sell them. Yet, these employees aren't quitting their jobs. They're not starting their own eBay or Amazon store. It's, again, just some people don't have that entrepreneur mindset. They want to work for someone else. They want to have that steady income. They want to be told how and when to do their job. And that's okay. Everyone does it differently, or people come to things in their own time. That's just another example of people learning the ins and outs of the business and not stealing those ideas and running with them. And the last thing I'll say on this is that, in the end, I don't think it even really matters. I mean, we see this all the time, right? Most people in like traditional corporate America go work for someone else, learn how to do it for a while, and then some of them break off and then start their own firms, their own businesses, whatever. And we always embrace that. The ex-employer usually is proud and happy that the person is now working out on their own, that they took what they learned and they're making something for themselves. So maybe that's another attitude that you can have about it as well. That's certainly the way I try to think of it as well. So I think that's the end of the questions for today. Thank you guys so much for coming out and watching today, and for all the people that have subscribed. If you do find this information helpful, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. As promised, I'll be putting a video here about the cost of dropshipping on eBay. If you want to get started, how much it costs to get started dropshipping on eBay, you can click here. And if you want to subscribe, either click below or click right here. Thanks guys so much, and I'll see you next week at 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday for the next live Q&A.